So Pomerantz says Manhattan prosecutors nicknamed the hush money investigation, quote, the zombie case. Why do you think the DA's office is reviving it now?
I think there was a lot of public attention paid to it. And there was always a question from the time that Michael Cohen pled guilty to doing this on behalf of and at the direction of Donald Trump. It was for his benefit and at his direction. So if one person is guilty and goes to jail for that, it seems to me that the person who directed it is also guilty. And that has never changed. The issue has been whether Michael Cohen was a credible witness because he committed perjury. And I would say that for many criminal cases, particularly in white-collar crimes, the only way you can prove it, unlike a bank robbery where you could be an innocent victim who just happens to see the robbery, in these kind of cases, it takes a co-conspirator to testify against you. And so having someone who is guilty of either perjury or, in the case of Weisselberg, tax fraud, is what you're going to get as the witnesses against the person. And I think the evidence has been pretty strong and pretty credible. It's hard to believe that, Stormy Daniels seems more credible than Donald Trump, but that's how it appears to me.
And speaking of the issue of credibility, Barb, what do you make of Pomerantz writing this book now? And also, what do you make of the timing of its release?
Well, as somebody came up through the Justice Department as I did, I think writing a book about a pending investigation is really poor form. And I think it threatens to undermine the case itself. When you reveal what's going on behind the scenes and even some of the evidence, it can make it more difficult for prosecutors to bring that case, and it can give a heads up to the defense. I can imagine that there will be issues from the book that will even be raised at the trial. And so it just creates side issues for the prosecutors that they shouldn't have to deal with. So I don't love that, but to the extent it caused Alvin Bragg to think twice about bringing charges and maybe reconsidering charges, then maybe it will have served a purpose in agitating for bringing the former president to justice.
And Barb, Allen Weisselberg refused to testify against Trump when his company was on trial. What do you think is giving the DA more confidence that Weisselberg will cooperate now?
Yeah, I don't know. It's worth trying, but I don't know that he will. He had a chance, certainly, to do that before in the case involving the tax fraud. And Allen Weisselberg did testify against the Trump Organization, but what he said at the time is that he did not have any incriminating information about Donald Trump. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, maybe he was just being loyal to his boss. But I suppose to the extent he is facing additional prison time, that could be a more powerful incentive for him to cooperate. He is serving 5 months at Rikers Island. I'll tell you what, Julian, I couldn't serve a day, and I'd be singing like a canary if they offered me even one day. But he's willing to do 5 months. But if he faces perhaps longer prison time, maybe he will be incentivized to provide helpful information about Donald Trump.